Is it going to be a high-tech holiday at your house this year? We have our tech expert, our guru here to tell us all about what's new out there. Next on Smart Money. Welcome to Smart Money. I'm Pat Boyle along with Julia Anderson, and we're thrilled to welcome back our tech guru, Bill Sickens, to tell us what's out there this holiday season. What are the new gagas and devices and gadgets? Bill, welcome back. What's new out there?
Well, thank you for having me back. I can't believe it's already the end of the year for one thing. I mean, to be even to this point and talking about this, but there's specific things, specific tech that's for the holidays, just like every year. And this year, one of the biggest ones is video games. The problem is you still can't get them for the most part, but the PlayStation 5, the new Xbox, those are really sought after. But if you're looking for something in this area, there are some products out there that you can actually find. The Nintendo Switch is one of them. And the other thing this year is VR headsets. It's where you wear this virtual reality device, connects to your computer. Some of them don't even require that anymore, and you can play games and be in a virtual world on that. A little bit different, but definitely something that's out there. If video games aren't your thing, some of the other things that we're looking at this year are smart home devices. There's all kinds of things all across the board. And the other thing are new smartphones. There's a new Apple iPhone that's out. Samsung has a foldable phone, which is kind of unique and actually seems to work this year. So stuff like that is very much in demand too.
17-year-old grandson that's already got the virtual thing that he puts on and then he fights games with himself. It's just so crazy. It's amazing. So he's already got that, actually possesses it. So the real issue, as you touched on in your earlier answer, was delivery. And so I guess it seems to me that if you really want something, you'd better go to the store and see it in person and buy it right there. Because if you're ordering online, they may say you'll get it, but maybe not. What do you think?
Well, that's absolutely a fact to start with. The thing of it is when you order through the mail, between the packages slowing down this year and supply chain issues and everything else that we're dealing with, it's kind of a crapshoot if you're actually going to see what you order in time. So going to the store is actually a good idea, but that doesn't guarantee that you're going to find anything either. Doing a little research with this will help. To use the example of video games again, Best Buy, just as an example, puts their new inventory in usually on Thursdays. So if you want to go, check it out. And there's actually resources online where you can get this information, including a YouTube video that is constantly checking all the stores and telling you what's in stock.
I don't mean to be a negative Nancy, but I'm wondering, are we seeing, or is there the possibility of having people gather up what games they can and then selling them at a higher price just because the opportunity exists?
Well, it's already happening. Scalpers is a big problem. They have been since the new consoles have come out. I've actually seen them on eBay for as much as $50,000. I don't know if they sold for that much, but for a couple of grand, definitely out there, and people are buying them at the $2,000-3,000 price just to get them. So that is one way to do it. But the problem is it's not coming from the original manufacturers through a licensed store usually. So there's always a chance that you're going to get something that's not quite what's being offered. And then the second part of it is again, the huge amounts of money that they're charging on top of the retail price for these.
That sounds like a real scam to me. You would not want to go there. I mean, I had some really bad experiences buying tickets because I got faked out by a website that looked legitimate, and then it turns out that it wasn't, and they wouldn't even promise you what they supposedly were selling. So I would stick with the name brands like Best Buy and the other tech companies, retailers.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very good idea. Scalpers, which is what we're talking about here, may or may not be the real thing. Now, if you buy through eBay and don't get the real product, there is some way to be able to go back and at least try to get your money back. But it's a hassle to do, and it would also mean that you don't have whatever you're ordering in time for the holidays.
Well, it seems to me we just got something in the mail yesterday. It was a pre-Black Friday sale next week already. Are we continuing to see holiday creep with high-tech stuff?
Yeah, completely and totally across the board. Just that we've been using them as an example. Best Buy guarantees that the price that you pay now on their products won't be lower for Black Friday, that kind of a thing, and is already putting deals out there. Amazon, Walmart, the bigger companies are all doing the same thing. Again, the idea being that it's going to be difficult to find stuff. So get on and get it early. A lot of people are doing that, so they're allowing for that. Another product I saw this with was Samsung tablets. in the morning they had plenty in stock, and by about noon that day they were completely sold out, and they have no idea if they're going to get them in again. So tech, if you find it, get it. They're accepting returns. Most stores are until the end of January if you buy it now, so you don't have that problem either. But it's if you find it and you can get it, definitely do.
Well, let's switch gears a little bit. We've been talking about gizmos and gadgets for people. How about for our pets? Is there anything on the pet front that's gizmo-y?
You know, this is an incredible thing, and there's a lot of gadgets out there. And when we were talking about this before, I started looking into this and found a few things that I need for my pets. And a couple of the items out there, one is a feeder. So I have 2 cats, and one is on a special diet. And the cats love to steal each other's food. Now, I've got my pets microchipped. So what the feeder does is it actually picks up the microchip, and if it's the correct cat, then it opens, and if it's not, then it doesn't. So that's one product that's kind of cool. And some of the other things out there, yeah, I mean, it solves a huge problem.
Can I do that for going to the refrigerator? It opens for my husband, but it's locked for me and I can't get in it. That would be a good idea.
You know, I kind of need that too. I'm not sure if that's out there, but it might be possible. but as far as these things go, it's great. There's another item that is a little box that sits on the floor, and it's for your dog, and you put your dog food in it, and you can get on remotely on your smartphone and give the dog treats while you're away from the house. So yes, there's a lot of different gadgets out there just for the pets that are kind of fun, and I need all of them. So, you know.
I want to ask about televisions because it seems to me, just observing commercials over the years, that they're always throwing new and better and improved TVs at you during the holiday season. What are the bells and whistles that are being touted this year?
So some new features are coming out that actually are a big deal. High definition, of course, has been out for a while. 4K, I wouldn't buy anything less than 4K if you're going to get a new television right now. 8Ks are on the market, and the prices are coming down, so you can even go there if that's what you want. But one of the other
What
big
does that
features,
mean, 8K and 4K, Bill? Dumb it down
so
for me if you would.
Sure. No, absolutely. It's the resolution of the television. So what you're dealing with is a situation where the actual quality of the picture you can see is defined by these numbers. When high definition came out, it was really easy. It was a sharp picture. That's all there was. But they've been continuing to upgrade from that. So 4K and 8K are 2 future resolutions that have come out. 4K being a standard that is also known as ultra high definition, and then 8K is twice the resolution of that.
Okay.
So another thing to look at is something called HDR. High dynamic range is what that stands for. This is also something that has to do with things like the black colors being black and the other colors being vibrant and that type of a thing. But this is also something that has a huge difference based on kind of you get what you pay for. So a cheaper television, even if it's an HDR television, might not look as good as the high-end ones. And this is something that's definitely worth doing a little bit of research and seeing what people like better, because across the board, that can be very different. But it is definitely a feature that you want, and one that you can get now that's not super expensive anymore.
So here's a personal question for you, Bill. What are you getting yourself? I'm guessing you maybe already have everything that you want, but just in case.
Well, and I deal with the fact my birthday's in November, so I have twice the excuse: holiday gift for myself and my birthday gift. You know, so that always means I can get something a little bigger. At least that's what I tell myself to justify it. No, I'm doing a home theater setup this year. And in addition to just the surround sound and all the stuff that we've had, one of the features I've wanted is something called Dolby Atmos. It's short for atmosphere, and it's like what you'd have in the theater. So the sound is object oriented. So if it's overhead, it sounds like it's overhead. If it's to the side of you, it sounds like it's to the side of you. Really a cool technology that's out there now. And again, the prices on that have come down. And one of the other things I'm doing along with that is what I call surround lighting. And it's an ambient lighting system that goes behind your television where the light changes based on the different parts of the picture that you're viewing on the television. So it really creates a theater experience in your home. We were watching a Star Wars thing with lightning, and it was like you were outside with the lightning flashing, that kind of a thing.
Wow. Well, this isn't as cool as yours, but what we're doing at our house, the little laser machines that you shine into your backyard. We're having fun with that. And it was funny, just the other day, there was a squirrel on a little piece of yard art, and the squirrel had all the lights on it. So it's been a fun little light show in our backyard. So that's what's new at my house.
Yeah, there's all kinds of things like that out there too that you can do. The holiday decoration, kind of going into that, is also one. You can actually get smart home controlled Christmas tree lights and all these things where you can set up color patterns and control them down to the bulb if you want to in certain situations. So there's a lot of fun stuff out there. And the other thing is the newer stuff is a lot more energy efficient than what we've had in the past. So not only do you get kind of a fun upgrade, you can play with your phone or use the laser or whatever you want to do, but you also save a little bit on the power bill too.
I don't know about you guys, but and maybe we did say something about this. We can't believe that it's November and Christmas is only X number of days away. And I am not nearly as organized this year as I was last year during the lockdown. And so, Bill, tell us, what are your 3 best tips for us consumers out there in getting our Christmas list checked off?
Number one, by far, is start early. If you haven't already started now, you're probably a little bit late, but get going. Don't wait, because you're not going to find what you're looking for. Number 2 is to be very careful. Like any holiday season, there's a lot of scams out there. So make sure where you're buying from is really the place you think it is and not just something that looks like it. Those type of things are very, very important to be in there. And do your research. Go online, check out the feedback, check out the ratings of any product that you want to buy, see what's better, because there's a huge range of difference in brands and quality and features and all that kind of stuff that can really make a difference in what you're getting.
Well, let's wrap it up by having you tell us your top 5 tech gifts this year. What's on your top 5 list?
Okay, my top 5 list definitely is going to be a new smartphone. I'm going to look at the folding phones. Those look kind of cool. The smart home stuff that we've talked about, the home theater and that type of a thing. And if I can get my hands on them, a PlayStation 5.
That's only 3, I think, but that's okay. Those are.
Oh, that's only 3. Okay, well,
three.
okay, it counts as 5 because there's going to be games with it too. So there you are.
Okay. Well, thank you for being here with us. He is our tech guru, Bill Sickens, talking about what's new in the tech world this holiday season. Thanks, Bill. Happy holidays.
Always a pleasure. Happy holidays to you too.
For more information, go to my website at 60andsingle.com.